Hi everyone, I had been asked if I could do some videos from this book here. This is Rita Berman's water themed book, and so I thought this page would be a great one to do. We've got all these little jolly fish and I thought we could just do one at a time and do a nice straightforward video. Oops, just hit my chair on the desk, sorry. I thought it would be, we could experiment with different techniques or colours or things. I'm not sure yet, haven't really thought it through, but I thought, you know, we've got our 9 fish, so it makes quite a nice one a day type thing. I might do a sort of background for the final video, but I haven't decided yet. But we'll just get going, I think. I just thought it would be a nice one to do for our mornings, just a little one. And if you don't have the book, whether you have another book with fish in, whether it be Rita's or not, you might be able to pick up a few ideas as well. So this is our first fish, and what I thought I might do was keep them quite simple with regards to colour. So maybe just one sort of one colour family per fish. So this one, now I very often do my fish in orange, like a goldfish. So that's how I'm going to start with this one, just because it's what I'm familiar with. But we do have quite a lot of different sections, so we can mix it up a bit with different shades of orange. I've picked out my Staedtler Design Journey pencils because they are... I'm just grabbing the orange ones out because they sharpen to quite a fine point, which makes them nice to use for these sort of detailed pictures. We have quite a good range of different colours as well, which is always nice. So I'm actually going to start with number 2, which will be the darkest pencil that I use for this picture, this particular fish. Just drop it. I've put some paper behind the page, that's why it looks a bit messy, but it's just stop any colour transfer. I'm just going to give it a sharpen. So this is number 2. It's actually called Red, but I always feel it's quite orangey, and I'm going to use this for the parts I want to be darker. Now I often do the fin and the tail darker. I'm going to do that on this one, but it may not be the way I do the other fish. I need to try and be a little bit more adventurous and see where we lead, really. Now this is a Staedtler Design Journey pencil, but all Staedtlers have the same colours. So this being number 2, if you've got Staedtler Ergosoft, if you've got the Staedtler pens, because they do triplus pens or fine liners. I'm not sure if the pens actually have the colour numbers on them though. Even if you've got their paints, I think the numbering system is the same. Now I want this to be a little darker nearer to this end, so I'm just going to layer it over a bit more. I want to sort of fade it towards the end, so I'm just going to layer it a bit, because the Staedtlers are fairly hard. You sometimes have to layer them a few times to get the sort of intensity of colour that you might be looking for. Of course you don't have to layer it, you can just keep it pale if you'd rather, but I just want to just show that it's a little bit darker. Hopefully you can see it's a little bit darker here than here. Now we have this sort of lines going this way. We could put a little bit of darker underneath each one to look like shadow. I don't think it'll work if I use this colour, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to move on and do the tail. Again, this sort of stripy bit only, we'd do that bit in something else. And I'm going to make it darker at this end. It just sort of matched this one then. I think it's quite nice having things matching, like we've got 2 bits here, so we'll match those, that sort of thing. So I've got my blind shut today. It's sunny on my desk, so I'm actually a little late starting recording, later than perhaps normal, just because I've been out just to the post office, and yeah, just a few things to pay in, some checks, and post off my boys' provisional driving licence application forms with their ID in. So that was quite a milestone, I think. Although it'll be more so, I'm just going to do that a bit more. It'll be more of a milestone when they actually get them. I don't know how long it takes. I've got no idea at all, so we're just waiting now to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there for now. Use my next darkest colour that I've picked out. This is number 24, which is called Scarlet Red. Again, for me, this is much more orangey. It looks quite red in the camera, this red, but that's okay. It doesn't matter if it's not orange. You know, it's just mixing these colours up a little bit. Ooh, just sharpening it. There we go. So as I say, 24. Now, if you want to know these numbers and what the colour names are, I've actually got, I'm going to do these stripes. I actually got the information off Staedtler's website. I'm going to try and do more intense at the top and bottom and a bit lighter towards the middle. Yeah, I got it all off Staedtler's website, and I've actually made a little chart with it on for people who like to know the colour names. Sometimes it's nice, isn't it? So if you go to my Ko-fi shop, the link to the shop is in my description of my video, and go into the charts section. You can find quite a few different charts in there, including Staedtler colour name chart. I've been making quite a few on and off. They take quite a long time, so, and often if they're a swatch chart, which this one, I don't think this one is, I can't remember to be, no it isn't, because I did it for all 72 Staedtler design journey pans. I don't have them all, so I couldn't swatch it. I've got the, I think I've got 48, which is lovely. Anyway, yes, I was gifted 48, which was very kind. Now I'm thinking this circle, these circles as well, I might do with this colour. I'm just going to do a layer gently and then think about what to do. Do I try and make it spherical and go darker around the edge? If I do, is that going to show up because we've got these spiral markings on, or should we use the spiral? Now, I've just realised that this spiral ends here, but this one actually just goes on all the way round. So I think we will force it to end there, like that. Okay, now I'm going to play with this one. So I'm thinking, because that one's going to be a bit harder because it isn't, I've got to fiddle it because it didn't end, but that's okay. If you're brave, you could draw on a bit like that to end it. Just bring that in, but I'm not, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go around the edge a bit darker and then around the edge of the spiral, I think. Just to try and give it a bit of shape, like a snail shell type thing. I don't know why, a fish wouldn't really have that, but it just makes it look like it's dipped in then on this dark line, which I quite like. Now this one, we start on the outside bit there, work our way into the middle. Oh, we're going the wrong way, work our way that way. You could just leave this plain if you'd rather. If you think this is overcomplicated or unnecessary. I just think it mixes it up a little bit. I'm not sure how visible it is though, to be fair. I think I shall leave it there though. Now I'm going to use this number 4, which is the orange. Oops, sorry, you want to see it? There we go, number 4. Give it a sharpen again. Now I am thinking maybe I will do this bit Now, like this stripe, I want to make it more intense at the bottom, so I'm going to layer it up and less towards the middle, like that, and then layer this one up. And then a bit less towards the middle. And hopefully that shows up. Yeah, just going to try and even it out a little. There we go. And then I'm going to leave the dotty stripe and that dotty stripe bit and do this one now. It's going to be slightly problematic because this one runs into this one. Let's just do this section. That's nice and easy. So a bit darker here. That's it. And I think what I'm going to do is just stop there for now, and then take that towards the centre and sort of do less as we go. I've actually faded it all the way to that fin. I think that's okay. Now, what are we doing with this end part? I think, yeah, I might bring this down here. Now, where these lines are here, it sort of indicates to me that that might need to be a little bit darker. It might not be what Rita meant at all, but that's just how I feel about it. And then into there. So I'm just going to go over this bit to make it a bit more intense. And then over here, the same thing. So dark around there. And then a little less as we go down to there. Okay. And then we use our final colour, which is the light orange, for the remaining stripes. So this is number 42. And we're going to do a very similar thing, but with our little face. So layer it up here, and then less as we go up, and layer it up here, and less as we go down. Now, the idea of putting less in the centre is to try to make the fish look a little less flat. I feel like it might be a more rounded fish, but with a fish that's drawn like this, it's quite difficult actually to give the illusion that it isn't flat. But some fish can be quite flat. They're not like rounded like this, you know. They are sort of quite thin and just come out a little bit. So I'm hoping maybe this looks a bit like that. But it doesn't really matter, it's just a colourful fish, you know. And what we're going to do, each fish will have a different colour. They might not all be the same shades of the same colour. Like this one down here with his stripes, he might not be just say blue, for example. He might have blue and green, for example. He won't. I've already decided what colour he's going to be, but I'm going to leave you guessing. Unless you're a member. If you're a member of the channel, of my channel, you will have received a compilation video if I've remembered to activate it. And therefore you will know what all the fish are, because the compilation video includes all of the videos from the series. My aim is always, I'm just looking at this, I'm going to go for number 24. My aim is always to try to get a compilation video out on day 1 of my series for my members to reward them for their membership. Now, members pay a monthly fee. I can't say exactly what it is because I don't know, because I don't get the full fee because Amazon take it, not Amazon, no, YouTube take a cut. And also if it's in pounds or dollars or whatever currency you're in, it can change a little bit. But basically it helps sort of give me a little reward, which is really kind of everybody. And also I'm just thinking of this eye while I'm talking, and also gives you access to these compilation videos as a thank you for basically your support. I'm going to use number 85, which is the warm grey. If you don't have this particular grey, any grey, what I like to do is put a little bit here and then fade it towards the top and bottom. Make sure there's a bit of white or a bit of paper, it's not white, left behind like that. Now I'm going to add a little fancy touch. I want to add something. I was going to add some orange metallic pen, but my metallic set doesn't actually have an orange. So I'm going to use my glitter pens. Ooh, hang on, you can't see. Stardust glitter Gellyroll. And there's an orange, which I'm going to grab. You can use any gel pen, glittery gel pen, metallic gel pen if you want to do this. This is number 705 if you've got individual pens rather than the set. Yes, so anyway, I'm just going to go over all the black with this. So this thick black line I'm hoping will go a bit orangey for a start. Yes, so members get that reward as a thank you, so they get an early compilation video. I'm not going to go around the outside edge, but this sort of bit. Yeah, it all helps because I think people don't realise that when you're on YouTube, YouTube doesn't just pay you. It only pays you if people watch the videos on your channel, and of course if you're not interested in the video, then I wouldn't expect you to, if you're not interested in the advert, I wouldn't expect you to just watch it. And so you just have to find little extra ways to just give you the opportunity if you want to. There are other things you can do as well. They have this sort of, is it called Super Thanks or something, that you can leave a little donation. Again, they take a big cut. The the YouTuber tends to get about half. But I think, but every way of getting bits of money, a bit is taken away, because it's just, you know, they're providing the service and the opportunity, so they take their cut, which is fine. It's like, you know, if you use PayPal tip jar, PayPal take a little fee, and if you use Ko-fi and donate a bit through that, Ko-fi take a little fee, and then PayPal or Stripe, whoever you pay through, they take a fee. There's always a bit, it disappears. But as I say, it's a way of getting a secure, you know, the only way I could avoid that is if I gave you my bank details, and I'm not going to do that. That is, you know. So for providing that secure channel, they have a reward. I think it's absolutely fair. But it's just that people, yeah, every time I tell someone that if you don't watch the adverts on YouTube, the YouTuber doesn't get paid, people are shocked. They don't realise. But it is also worth noting that if the YouTuber hasn't monetised their channel, watching the advert just gives the money to YouTube. But you can't tell always if they've monetised. If they've got less than 1,000 subscribers, they can't monetise unless they have, no, I don't think you can. Even if you, yeah, but they also have rules. You have to have a certain amount of people, certain amount of views, I think, or watch time or something like that. So there are rules on what you can do before you monetize. I know some people choose not to monetize, but to be honest, I think that's a little silly, because you might as well have your share, because they show the ads anyway. So now, to me, in camera, it looks like I've done absolutely nothing while I was talking away. But if I take this and tip it towards the light, there we go. Sparkly. I think that's rather cute. I like the sparkles. I prefer, it looks darker. To me, from my naked eye, I can see it nice and dark and a bit of sparkle, but obviously with the angle that the camera is, it doesn't pick up the sparkle. Anyway, we're not going to worry about any of the bubbles at the moment. We're going to get the basic fish done. Haven't decided whether I'm going to do a background, which is going to be tricky because we've got glitter. And if I try and work around the glitter, it might be a mess. I may have predetermined, so we might just colour the bubbles in and not the background. I'll have a think about that, but we've still got 8 videos to go of fish before I have to worry about a background, but that's our first one. So there's our orange fish. Now tomorrow we're going to do this fish. So if you want to have a guess, I like it when we do guess what colour it might be. I can't remember what I said I might do, but I'm not going to do so I might do what I said. You know, I said I might do this, but I won't. Well, I might now because I've forgotten what it was. So anyway, guess away and we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for watching. Do have a super day and happy colouring.